This is Health Broadcasting Service, HBS Radios, your global pioneers in specialist radio broadcasting, bringing you everything to enhance your health and well-being. Health is your human right. HBS, your partners in everything about your health and well-being.
Health Broadcasting Service, HBS Radio. HBS Radio is who you're looking for.
Global COVID response program running on fumes amid budget shortfall. Pfizer's COVID product sales to top $50 billion this year, and investors want more. The first report, Global COVID response program running on fumes amid budget shortfall. A global initiative to get COVID-19 tests, treatments, and vaccines to poorer nations has only received 5% of the donations sought to deliver on its aims this year, according to the World Health Organization and other aid groups. The Access to COVID-19 Tools ACT Accelerator budgeted $23.4 billion for its efforts from October 2021 to September 2022. Of which it hoped $16.8 billion would come in the form of grants from richer countries. However, so far it has had just $814 million pledged, leaders of the initiative told a media briefing on Tuesday. In addition to the WHO, the project is backed by organizations including the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, the Global Fund, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's just a minuscule 5% of what we require. It is time to awaken the conscience of the world, said the World Health Organization's Global Ambassador for Health Financing, Gordon Brown, a former British Prime Minister. On Wednesday, a number of world leaders are set to support publicly the push for more funding, calling for the investment to end the emergency phase of the COVID-19 pandemic this year. The ACT Accelerator Hub encompasses the COVAX initiative, which has focused on equitable access to vaccines. It also involves providing tests and treatments to low- and middle-income countries, as well as personal protective equipment, PPE, for healthcare workers. Bruce Aylward, a senior World Health Organization official who acts as coordinator for the initiative, said it was stuttering due to a lack of funds. The global response is running on fumes, he said. The lack of funding has been apparent since the start of the pandemic. The gap for the project's previous budget was $14.5 billion. Partners said the majority of funding so far had gone into COVID-19 vaccines, leaving the other goals, tests, treatments, and PPE short. Even so, the initiative has fallen well short of its goal to deliver 2 billion COVID vaccines in 2021, with only 10% of people in low-income countries having received at least one dose of a vaccine, compared to almost 68% in richer countries, according to World Health Organization data. Brown called for countries to fund the initiative under a fair share model based on the size of their own economies, which he said resembled how nations commit to funding United Nations peacekeeping forces. Second report. Pfizer's COVID product sales to top $50 billion this year, as investors want more. Still, Chief Executive Albert Bourla said final sales for its oral COVID-19 antiviral, Paxlovid, could be way bigger than what Pfizer has forecast since its current outlook only included contracts that have been or are close to being signed. Pfizer currently expects $22 billion in 2022 sales of the treatment, compared with Wall Street estimates of $22.88 billion. Clearly, this is only a fraction of the 120 million treatments that we are right now preparing to manufacture this year, Bourla told analysts on a conference call. The company is selling 20 million courses of Paxlovid to the United States at around $530 a course, but Bourla said that was a special price because of the size of the order. The price for most high-income countries, he said, would be more or less in line with the price of Merck & Co.'s rival treatment molnupiravir, which the U.S. government bought for around $700 a course. Pfizer executives said the company is in active discussions with over 100 countries about Paxlovid and has the capacity to top 120 million courses if needed. For the COVID-19 vaccine Pfizer developed with Germany's BioNTech SE, the U.S. drug maker cautioned that final sales for the year may not top its current forecast of $32 billion, a 13% decline from 2021 levels. Last year, the company increased its COVID vaccine sales forecast several times as it signed more supply deals around the world. Analysts have forecast sales of $33.79 billion for the vaccine in 2022, according to Refinitiv data. Overall, Pfizer expects 2022 sales of $98 billion to $102 billion, also below estimates of $105.48 billion. Looking forward is not as good as looking back for Pfizer now, and that is why the stock price is down on a somewhat decent report, said Dennis Dick, a proprietary trader at Bright Trading LLC. Going forward, acquisitions are obviously very much in the cards, said Amir Malik, Pfizer's Chief Business Innovation Officer. Some investors have been looking for Pfizer to use its huge cash infusion from COVID products on deals to drive future growth. Pfizer said it had begun working on a next-generation version of Paxlovid, which is authorized to treat high-risk COVID-19 patients shortly after onset of symptoms. Paxlovid performed significantly better in its clinical trials than Merck's rival pill, with about 90% efficacy versus 30%. But Pfizer may still need an improved version of Paxlovid, according to Davinderpreet Manget, senior analyst at Informa Pharma Intelligence. The door is slightly open, still, for COVID antivirals, Manget said. Drugs from other companies may be able to surpass Paxlovid, similar to how Paxlovid surpassed Merck's drug. And that is all on this segment. We will be back with more updates as news develop. Please engage with us via our social media platforms on Facebook and on Instagram at Health Broadcast. You can also visit our website at www.healthbroadcastingservice.com. Remember to press the subscribe button to stay abreast of vital, interesting, and authentic health news from across the globe. Brought to you by the Health Broadcasting Service HBS Radio Live YouTube channel. Stay safe and remain healthy.
This is Health Broadcasting Service, HBS Radios, your global pioneers in specialist radio broadcasting, bringing you everything to enhance your health and well-being. Health is your human right. HBS, your partners in everything about your health and well-being.
Health Broadcasting Service, HBS Radio,